Hi. So today I wanted to talk about thrift stores and selling your clothes there. If you're looking to make money and flip stuff that is like limited edition and sell it secondhand, this is not the video for you. This is more for people who want to kind of reduce their waste and get rid of clothes in a more sustainable way as opposed to just throwing them. I know that too, a lot of exchanges. Today I'm going to talk about what you can bring to the thrift stores, what kind of thrift stores to go to depending on what you have, so you can kind of like maximize the amount of money you get, and also what to expect when you go there on the day itself. I think there are a lot of articles about like, oh, these are the good thrift stores in Japan, but they don't go into specifics about, you know, what there is to expect, and I really needed this information as opposed to just going to the store and floundering around, so that's why I hope you find this helpful. So the first thing is like, what can you bring, right? So you'll be surprised that in addition to clothes, they also take like accessories. So anything from shoes to bags to wallets, even jewelry, they'll take, and you don't have to worry about the brands. So really, they'll take anything from Uniqlo to like, I've sold stuff from Primark before, like stuff that I didn't buy here, and they'll still take it. What you do have to take note of is that it needs to be in decent condition. So what do I mean by this? I mean there's no noticeable stains or like big tears, and in the case of sweaters, there's no like signs of the wear. There are some places that will take those kind of products for a lower price, but most of the time they'll just tell you that they can't buy it from you. But what you can do in that case is that you can ask them to recycle it, and some places will do it for like, they'll take your clothes in for free, or some places will actually give you like a small recycling token of like 1 or 2 yen per piece of clothing. Okay, so types of stores, right? So I've split types of stores into 3, and there's so many in Japan. If you live in a suburban neighborhood, there's probably like your neighborhood thrift store that is like mom and pop, and it's owned by not a large conglomerate, but I always tend to go to the larger places just because they're easier to find and I'm familiar with the system. So split them into 3, and there's the higher end, so like Ragtag and the other like hype beast kind of places that specialize in CDG or Supreme or Stussy. Then the more mid-tier, which are mostly like Second Street and Treasure Factory, and then the bottom tier that I'm not gonna name any, but the bottom tier that will take like basically everything. So it's important to know like which stores to go if you want to get like a decent return for your money. So for example, my French friend who I really got a lot of information from in this video, I'm gonna link to her Instagram below. She's super stylish and you should follow her. She was telling me that she sold 2 CDG shirts, one to the mid-tier store and one to a high-end store, and the difference was like actually like 2,000 yen, which is like 20 bucks. So if you have the time and you have the ability to single out these higher end products from your stash in your collection, then it's definitely worth taking them individually to places like Ragtag. Right? The lower tier stores, I've been told, take everything, so even your imitation goods, your goods with like more stains and stuff, but obviously that comes as a consequence of having a lower price. Yes. Okay, next. Part 3. What to expect on the day itself when you go to the store. So you go to the store, and at most thrift shops there will be a counter that says uketori. I'll insert the kanji like here or something. And basically you go up to them and you have a bag of clothing, and they'll know that you're here to sell it, obviously. You give your clothes, and then they'll give you like a tag with a number, like when you go to the bank and they give you a number. So what's really cool is that they kind of tell you the amount of time that you can expect to wait, and you can choose to wait in store or leave the store and come back, but you probably have to collect it on the same day. Some stores even give you the option of giving you a call when they're done, and so that's really convenient, and I really like that service. When you come back for your clothes, they will give you like a list of the things that you sold together with the price next to it. So I've been told that if you go to Ragtag and you're selling like custom, like more limited edition pieces, like collection pieces or limited edition pieces that are actually worth money that Ragtag will take and like curate and stuff, then you have room to negotiate. But if you're going to Book Off, or if you're going to Book Off or Second Street or Treasure Factory, you don't have the ability to negotiate, and you have to like either take it or leave it. What happens is they clump all your stuff together, And some places they basically say like, oh, tops 5 times, like ladies tops times 5, and then like insert a certain price here. So when you reject it, you kind of can't reject the individual piece, and you have to kind of reject it as a category, because I feel like it would be really inconvenient to the staff if you were like, oh, how much did you give me for this piece and I don't want to sell it, right? So you have less freedom when you're selling more clothes at like the generic places, but if you're selling higher end pieces, there is room to bargain. And then if you're selling all Uniqlo tops or all GU tops, then sorry, but you don't have the ability to negotiate for the price. You either take it or leave it. So they show you the price and you say yes or no. And if you say yes, then what happens is they ask you for your ID, and you have to fill in a very simple form. It's just your name, your address, your contact details, and your phone number. That is contact details, whatever. So you just fill in a very simple form, and then they just hand you the cash. So it's very, very straightforward process. Obviously, don't expect a huge amount of money. It's probably not even going to be 20% of the selling price if you're not selling nice clothes. For most of us broke students that only buy things from Uniqlo, this is from Uniqlo. Obviously, don't expect too much money, but I like the thought that my clothes, especially if they're in good condition, are going to lead a second life, or they're going to be recycled.